Hi all, so welcome to this channel, and in this video session I will discuss invoking UDFs with named arguments in DB2 for ISQL. So basically I have uploaded many videos where I showed you that how we called a user defined function or any function in SQL DB2. So basically when we call any SQL function, what we do, we pass the values to every parameter of the SQL function. Now this time this topic talks about not value, this talks about the named argument. So whatever arguments we are passing or we are using in that SQL user defined function, so can we pass that to our SQL function? Now this is the topic for the discussion here, and let me show you the demo that whether we can pass the named arguments to the SQL user defined function or not. So this video will basically cover this thing, that is how we'll be using the named arguments in the user defined function. So let me show you an example. Yes, of course, sure, we can pass the named arguments. Let me show you the existing example for which I just already created a video. So let me take this example, SQL UDTF using OLAP function for ranking. So you can watch uh, this video from my channel, and I'm taking this source as a reference here just to show you the calling of any SQL function with the named arguments. So here I'm just briefing you, not giving you the whole detail. You can get this detail from my another video which I already uploaded on my channel. So here you can see this is the function name and this is the specific name. So basically this function, which is unique, and function name can be same for different functions. So this function accepts a number, means how many students you want to retrieve, and those are the topper students. So we need to retrieve the 5 topper students, we need to retrieve the 10 topper students. So based upon that we will pass the argument as 5 or 10, argument value as 5 or 10. So here the argument is in number, which is of type integer. So I'm copying this. So this takes this argument and returns this table. So this table consists of student ID, name, marks, ranking, dense ranking. So basically I'm using the OLAP function to return the rank and dense rank function. These are the SQL properties which are like using language SQL. A specific top student means the service program object gets created with this name, which is always unique in any schema. Deterministic, that whatever whenever we call it again as a second time, it won't get called with the same parameters. The fetched the cache result will be fetched. Reads SQL data, yes, it reads SQL data as it selects the rows from the record from the table. Returns null on null input, that is it would return null value if we provide the null input. No external action, that is no insert or delete or no high level code. Not fenced means it would run in the same thread in which the job is or the program is running, calling program is running. These are the set options for debugging this user defined function. So you can debug this user defined function by specifying debug us source. Output star print is for generating the source listing, and this is commit star none. Commitment control is setting as star none. And here you can see I'm just returning the select. That select contains the relative position number of the record, student ID, name, marks, and the ranking, which is ordered by marks as in descending order. So basically we'll fetch the highest mark students as the first rank and then so on. So let me show you how we'll create this. So basically we pass here the source file, and here the library name, and here the source member. So you can see this was the specific name which gets created. So the here it's a service program. So we can see from here DSPSRV PGM top students is the module, and this was the procedure, this one. So you can check this information here, or you can check this information here too. Let me input the specific name, not the function name. You can also search with the function name. So you can see this was the function whose external call was the specific name, that is the service program and the procedure. And you can also look into the sysparams for the parameters detail. So this is the input number, which is the argument here, this one. These are the return table columns. Now let me call this. So first of all, I'll show you the table data. So this is the table data where student ID is this, name this, and these are marks. So basically we need to rank them, and let me show you how to pass the named arguments. So first of all, calling the function. So as we all know, in input parameter we basically pass the parameters and then alias name. So parameter was 10, so I retrieve the 10 students. Let me pass 15, so you will get the 12 students because 12 are total there. Let me pass 5. So one bracket was missing. So you can see you got the 5 student list. So basically here rank was calculated, and the dense rank was calculated. How this gets calculated, you can watch that in my separate video, which is already present on my channel. I'll share the link. You can get this link from the top right corner of my video. And now you saw that I passed the value. Now I need to pass parameter named argument. So named argument is this, then equals, then greater than sign, like this. We'll pass the named argument. So this way you can see we can pass the named arguments, which is used in the SQL user defined function during the call of this UDF or UDTF, anything. Let me pass 10. So even you can pass null or default if default allows. We have not mentioned default there, but here what we can do is, let me pass null because it returns null on the null input. So you can see this way we can pass named arguments to the call of the SQL function. So basically whenever we pass the parameters, we can pass the named arguments. So this way we can pass the named arguments for several parameters. For example, it would have more than one parameters. We just separate them by comma, and then again named parameter, named argument, and then this way we can pass the value. So this is possible and this is allowed actually. So this way you got to learn that not only from passing value we would be able to call the function SQL functions, even we can pass the named arguments also, which are actually defined in my program. So in case if I would remove INN from here, so I number is not defined there, in number is defined there. So if I pass this and press enter, you will see that named argument this for routine this not valid. For reason code 1, the name reason code 1 is this one. The call statement for our function invocation includes named argument in number which does not exist for routine this. So basically, if I pass in number which is actually present there, we would be able to call this function. So this way you can see how we actually call the named arguments which is actually present on the SQL user event function. So you must check first what named arguments are present, then only pass that and their value. So this way you can invoke UDF with named arguments or execute UDF with named arguments in DB2I for ISQL. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.